Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Scrub the Tarnished, and this is a bunch of Elden Ring invasions, but this one is special. It is the Consecrated Snowfield exclusive episode, and the reason why I say that is simply because of this dude right here. I forgot his name. Vivid Rain D. Oh my goodness, I am on a mission to hunt this person down and seek my revenge. So, you'll see a lot of Consecrated Snowfield invasions, plus a few others in between some of them. And the reason why is because I've been trying to find this guy. So I've been sitting at the Apostate Derelict, just using both the Recusant and the Bloody Finger and hitting nearby only. So I've just been getting a lot of different people except this person. I want to seek revenge so bad. So I thought it was just going to be an honorable, like, 1v1, no heals. But this dude did want to heal. He wanted to go for the heal. So I was just like, oh, okay, so it's going to be like that. So it was just an opportunity at first to test out a bunch of different weapons, because I started with, like, the Knight's Great Sword and then onto the Claymore. And it was really unfair because he had twice the amount of heals as I did, but I should also get good. But I feel like if this guy did not heal, I would have won. But he was just so very lucky. I mean, not even lucky. He was just so very lucky to be out in a place where you can heal. Vivid, I hope you know that there is a Coliseum, and I feel like this person doesn't want to go to the Coliseum because they know that they would have their ass handed to. And I would have, if I was in the Coliseum against this dude, I would have this dude's ass handed to him. And so he's too afraid to go for the loss. He damn well knows that he has twice as many heals as anyone who invades him. So he obviously has an advantage there. But that's also my fault for not being able to chase this guy down and roll catch him. Like I said, my roll catches are a work in progress. So, I mean, it's an opportunity to pull out a bunch of different weapons and just test them out. I should have healed or gone for the regen heal like way earlier. So, I mean, there's plenty of parts in this fight where I screwed up as well and could have easily avoided making mistakes. But sometimes my brain no worky. So I wanted to pull out the Godskin POA. Like, I had such the perfect opportunity right there, but unfortunately not. So I'm on a quest to find this dude in the Consecrated Snowfield. I couldn't find him. I couldn't find him in this at the rest of this session, so I'm sure hoping that I will get my revenge. Kind of like, like Darth Maul trying to get his revenge on Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, even though, like, he still never really got revenge, but you get the imagery of what I'm trying to do here. But no, I just, like, this dude was so desperate to get the win that he pulled out the dual Naginatas, those weapons. And I was just like, really, dude, you're that desperate to get the win that you're gonna use those means? Like, it's a 1v1. Just say you're bad. And I don't care what anybody in the comments section says about this fight. Like, I do deserve the win. And I know that next time I go and invade this guy, it will be a win. I don't care what anyone has to say or think about it, because I know that I am obviously much better than this guy. If he has to pull out the dual Nagis, then so be it. So, like I said, it's a Consecrated Snowfield special episode, and so here we have a lot of Consecrated Snowfield invasions, because it's actually quite, I mean, some parts of it are fun to invade, some parts are not, especially when you're in like the very snowy part. Yeah, I had a feeling he'd just do the turn and burn, but he went for the point down. Like, he thinks he's so good, and it's like, I'm trying not to get upset about it, but at the same time, I very much so am. You can see me check this guy's Steam to find his profile. He was obviously from Asia. I can't really tell the difference between all the different Asian alphabets, like Korean, Chinese, or Mandarin, I suppose. Or maybe, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But and Japanese, their alphabets all look very similar to each other, so I wasn't sure. But he was obviously foreign, and so I was just like, no wonder I couldn't get those roll catches. But I definitely did get the roll catch on this guy, which I was very... At least I can make up for my mistakes there. So obviously I had to give these gankers the point down, because if they're just going to give my fellow red here a hard time, then I got to give them a hard time as well. So we win those. We take those at least. But yeah, no, I'm still just like, what the thoughts that are in the back of my mind is just, I need to find that dude. I need to find that Vivid Rain something dude. And you could see me have the dual Nagis out in this invasion, because I was ready to pull them out on him if I invaded him again. But like I said, unfortunately, I did not find the dude. So we just go and we take a nice little stroll. And what I mean by nice, I mean by I can't see anything like 30 feet in front of me. Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of the concept of the consecrated snowfield. I don't understand why Miyazaki said, you know what, I'm just going to make it very hard for the players to make it through the terrain of this place. I'm just going to let them, like, this is the only time that I use my compass is when I'm invading and trying to look for the host with the compass. Otherwise, like, I've never once used it for anything else except to, like, figure out where I'm going in the consecrated snowfield. So like I said, some places in, you know, this area of the Elden Ring map are okay to invade. Like I enjoy invading at Ordina, or like where that tree avatar is, but like there's also a lot of flat ground too. So this place is not my favorite. Besides, it's just like any kind of like open ground is just a perfect spot for ganks. Like obviously we got a Hand of Millennia, we got 2 Blasphemous Blades. And so I just knew that it was not a good idea to try to challenge any of this. Just let them burn through their FP. They still burn through my HP a lot. Like look at that dumb wizard trying to smack me with his rod. You know, it's funny. I just said, you know what, I'm not going to challenge it, even though I just tried to right there. You really got to be careful about your openings when it comes to ganks like this. It's just a matter of just dodging and weaving a bunch of projectiles and hoping that you'll find an opening. So you really got to be careful when you take those openings. But another thing is, like, what I like to do here, if I'm not really feeling so ballsy to, you know, like challenge a gank like this, there's a bunch of rune bears, the big ass bears that are super annoying to fight. There's like a few of those in like the petrified trees or whatever, like the white trees. But you know we had to whip out the Hand of Millennia to get rid of the blue, so that's one less problem I got to deal with. I wish I got the wizard second, but the wizard was the only one to live, unfortunately. I had no idea what level they were, because look at that. They went from Blasphemous Blade to Wizardry to the Lightning Spear to this weapon. But still not enough endurance, because the wizard was heavy rolling. But I don't understand the purpose of ganking. I used to, but then like as an invader, I don't really get it. It's just like, I don't know if it's an ego thing. I have my concerns, but yeah. So what I like to do sometimes is that I'll take. I hate Wave of Gold sometimes, especially with high latency players. You don't know when that golden wave is going to smack you in the face. So challenging that and knowing when to roll is confusing. Like that was a very delayed hit. So I gotta obviously point down in front of the wizard, because you did not win the gank, and screw you guys. Go somewhere else, away from me, forever. Thank you, and yours truly. Goodbye. So yeah, here we are back at the consecrated snowfield. We have December, kind of a fitting name for a player to be in the snowfield, because when I think of December, I think of snow. The ironic thing is that I live in a place where it does not snow ever, so snow is like a myth to me. Being in the desert has its mostly downs, but sometimes it has its ups too. Oh my gosh, excuse me. It's almost bedtime for me. This is usually how I end my day. I should be doing other things to end my day, like reading. So like I said, I've been working on my roll catching. I gotta give the not bad head nod and the respectful bow, because we gotta make some players feel like they're okay at the game. But yeah, so we also have 2 guest appearances, well 3 I suppose, but you'll never guess who. We're back with Tasha and Lendale Exile, and I was really happy to see these guys because they were very polite. The last 2 invasions I had with them previously, they were fun. They were nice people, so it's fun to run into players when you're invading on different days and seeing them again. So yeah, it seems that they're just kind of wow, I can't talk, forgive me. It seems that they're just getting through Liurnia right now. They're obviously doing one of those little puzzles to get into that rise. I don't know what you get out of it. Do you get a whatchamacallit, a memory stone? I do not know. I'm surprised that Lendale Exile did not fix their heavy rolling problem, but I mean, it is what it is. Free bait. So unfortunately, Lendale Exile goes down to the hand of my scythe. I have to give the dejection emote because I didn't know how fast I would get rid of him. So I was just waiting for Tasha to clear out of these little ghost zombie things. But the problem is they don't stop spawning. So I was trying to look for the emote where it's like the "come on over here" emote. So I was just waving like, "Hey man, women, they, them." I don't know. It's hard to label Elden Ring players. I think it's just rather appropriate to call everyone them, because you don't know who's behind the screen. So yeah, quick step on a scythe, very good. So we do the classic scrub goodbye gesture. But yeah, no, it was really good to see Tasha and Lendale Exile again. So here we have St. Judas. This is the first of 2 invasions I have with these 2 players. It was a nice, honorable 1v1 for both of these guys, and I appreciate that. There's a lot of like duelists out in the consecrated snowfield, not really a lot of ganks. So I'm kind of grateful that it was just more like a chill duelist invasion day today. But like I said, I've been working on them roll catches. So there goes Dracus the Mad. Up next we got St. Judas. They were kind of running similar builds. The Beast Claw, Great Hammer is great, and then you got the, what is that again? The Great Stars. You get like what, 2 HP back for every hit. I don't know the number, but I mean I suppose it has its uses. But no idea why St. Judas decided to run. But he was good with those R2s. I was not expecting them. But oh yeah, I forgot there was another red that came into here. And so at first I was kind of salty against Judas, like you're just gonna gank at, or like bonfire duel here in the consecrated snowfield. By the way, this is the consecrated snowfield special episode where most of these invasions are at the consecrated snowfield, in case y'all didn't know. What's up? I'm Scrub the Tarnished. I'm a new Elden Ring invader. I've been doing this for almost a year. This is my oh, I didn't even say what build this is. This is a Dexterity Lightning build. His name is Quicksilver. It's at level 138. I have 62 dex, but overall I have 70, and the reason why is because I have the Okina Mask, which gives you 3 extra dex, and then the Millicent's Prosthesis, which gives you 5 extra dex, plus a successive attack boost as well. So having 70 dex is kind of overkill, but I don't really know where else to invest it other than like endurance. But if I need endurance, it's because I want to wield heavy armor. But I really like the fashion for this build, so I'm just keeping it where it's at right now. And if anybody has problems with how much damage I can do, then get good. So yeah. But there goes St. Judas down to the hand of my Godskin Stitcher. And so we invade him and his friend again. See, there I go. I said him, but I don't know who's behind the screen. So I'm trying to say them. So I know there's probably a lot of people that I mislabeled. See, that's what happens when you accidentally misgender someone. They just die they rot. They just die. So yeah, this is from another previous session before the Consecrated Snowfield special, the special episode where most of the invasions take place at the Consecrated Snowfield. But here we are back at the my least favorite person, well, not a person, my least favorite dragon's lair, even though it's not a lair, it's kind of an open platform. Back at one of my least favorite places to invade. We'll just go with that. And then we had 2 phantoms. I had no idea where the host went, and I have no idea how the first phantom died, but it is what it is. And so our little poison friend over here just decides to run. I was able to actually get some damage with the Lanciax spear. Is that what it's called? I forgot that dragon's name. It's easily telegraphed because a lot of ganks use it, and I'm sure a lot of people used it in their first few like Elden Ring playthroughs. It's a really good weapon. I don't doubt it. I mean, imagine if that Ash of War was on something like a colossal sword. Highly unrealistic, but it's more just like a what if question. So yeah, the host was very brave, as you can see, and hid behind that pillar or just in that little corridor right there, but unfortunately also got trapped to the hands of my whatchamacallit. I'm just gonna call everything whatchamacallit now because I have terrible memorization skills. The Stormhawk Axe, essential on 90% of builds, and I will say that as many times as I need to, but there they go down to the hands of my wonderful cloud of love. Yeah, my wonderful cloud of love. But here we are, back at the Consecrated Snowfield, because this is the Consecrated Snowfield special episode where most of our invasions are at the Consecrated Snowfield. And we're back with St. Judas again and his friend. I forgot what his friend was, or what. Dang it! Their friend was their friend's name. So I'm just gonna pretend I did not see them. And what was their friend's name? Oh yeah, Dracus the Mad. I don't really understand why Dracus was that mad. They didn't really use any like incantations. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna stick to he, because it's like let's be real. Like I don't know how. I don't know what the player base is like, so I'm just gonna call everyone he. Plus, it's just like gamer things. Gaming used to be like a very like boyish thing to do, but I don't know. It's now inclusive for everyone now, which I'm glad to see, of course. But I'm just used to growing up in the generation where gaming was, video games are just for boys. It's just all about violence. Why would girls want to do that? But now I see girls like hopping on Fortnite and absolutely wrecking players like me on there. But I mean, hey, video games are for everyone. But in Elden Ring terminology, I'm just gonna call everyone him. Besides, Judas is most likely a male's name. Judas is the name of the one who betrayed Jesus. So Judas had to go down at the hands of my sacred butchering knife. And it's sacred for a reason. It was meant for slaughtering Judas. The fun fact in the Bible, after Judas betrays Jesus, he actually commits Sudoku. So, just so you know. But yeah, so we have two, welcome back to the Consecrated Snowfield. This is the Consecrated Snowfield special episode where we invade a lot at the Consecrated Snowfield. And if you forgot the meaning as to why this is the Consecrated Snowfield special, it's because of that one duelist at the beginning of the video that killed me, even though I should have won on multiple instances. But yeah, here we have Zack's Asylum TTV. Do whatever you want with that username. Raid his Twitch and harass it. Actually, no, please don't do that. Or like and subscribe his content or donate to him. I don't know. Do what you want with that username. But yeah, so we're back with another Grace Duelist at the Consecrated Snowfield for our Consecrated Snowfield special. Oh yeah, and another special guest comes into this episode as well, and you'll never guess who it is. It is the Beast, and we invaded this guy once before Also, where did that gravestone come from? I know that was I know that's from the Mimic Veil, but like, where did that come from? I didn't see that before. But we got the Duelist again. I was very happy to see this guy as well. I really like his build. I didn't realize how far lightning can go sometimes, and those little blue thingies as well. Those little tiny blue pews. But yeah, I was kind of thinking about it. I was looking back at the video he was last in. I was just kind of like thinking about his build. So I'm assuming what is happening is that he's using the Grafted Blade Greatsword to get the 5 extra points in all his stats. That way he can use incantations like the 3 golden rings. And then I'm assuming since he also gets 5 extra strength and endurance, he can wield the whatchamacallit, what is it? Like the anti-wizard big shield. So obviously that's why he has that sword, so we can buff. Plus it's just a great or ultra great sword as well, because when you use the buff you get really good poise for a short amount of time. So yeah, it seems like that's what he's using it for. So like once he buffs, he instantly goes to the incantations. So I mean those both need like, I forgot how much intelligence and faith, but either way, I don't know. It's a clever build. I wouldn't have thought of anything like that if I were to make a build for myself. So very unique gimmick going on here, but he falls to the blade of my katana. But very fun fight though, Beast. It was good to see this guy again, so I give him the respectful bow. And then we go up against Zach's Asylum TTV. TTV, by the way. And by the way, I totally forgot that I managed my inventory for once. And halfway through this invasion session, or like until that point, which was like more than halfway, I was like, oh man, I totally forgot. I organized my inventory. So yeah, so I wanted to do a mirror match with Zach and use the scythe. I love scythes in this game, plus I just think that scythes are awesome weapons. But he was also pretty goated with the scythe as well. So with Sword Dance, it's so easy to telegraph, but at the same time, I wasn't really sure like how to dodge it with the scythe. It has like it covers a lot of ground, as you could see, and there's like a wide like sideways arc as well. I don't know, I guess it's just the way that scythes are made, supposedly. I don't know, but GG's, well played. But yeah, we're back with December again, because we're in the Consecrated Snowfield, because this is the Consecrated Snowfield episode special, where most of the invasions are in the Consecrated Snowfield. So obviously we're going to run into some players again. It seems that December was just a solo host doing some taunter-tonguing. That sounds inappropriate. So they were TT'd. I'm just going to say that. So I didn't want to use the same weapon as the same weapon that killed them last time. So I busted out the Guardian Sword Spear. And I'm not going to say the true combo that the Guardian Sword Spear has, because if you have seen my videos, you already know what I've said about the true combo. But I'm going to say it once more, because I've already, I've brought it up. I might as well just talk about it now. So if you jump, do an R2, you get an R2 to jumping R2 to R1 true combo, and that does pretty well sometimes. But having Thunderbolt as a Ash of War on most weapons on a lightning build, it's pretty essential. Like I had it on my Godskin Stitcher, as you saw in a previous invasion. That's necessary. It covers some ground. What is happening with that wolf? What was happening in that wolf? I know this is not the Consecrated Snowfield, even though this is the Consecrated Snowfield episode special, but we're kind of like right next door to it. But I thought this was worthy to include, because being like fighting 2 players or fighting players who are fighting the dragon here can be chaotic as well, because there's attacks like the Ice Breath that the dragon can do that can hurt you a lot. But the host goes down, I go down, and then the Phantom goes down. I just thought that was funny, and it was worth the watch. But Yeah, definitely worth throwing in there. And welcome back. We're back at the consecrated snowfield because this is the consecrated snowfield episode special where most of the invasions we have are at the consecrated snowfield. And if you got the reason why it is the consecrated snowfield episode special is because of that duelist in the beginning of this video, and I have a personal grudge against that person, and so it's my sworn duty to make sure I find this dude and I hunt him down and I seek my revenge because I'm petty like that sometimes. And I know I'm not really petty outside of video games. I don't like petty people, but in a video game, like, it's just a video game. We can play around and be gamers and have fun. But yeah, no. So it's my sworn duty and commitment to find that dude who killed me in the beginning of the video. But that's why this is the consecrated snowfield episode special, because I seek revenge. So I got my revenge on Zach's Asylum TTV, at least, which felt it didn't feel as fulfilling because it wasn't the duelist from the beginning, but nonetheless it was a good fight with Zach. GG's. But yeah, so that is the consecrated snowfield episode special. My name is Scrub the Tarnished. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have plenty of other content coming out pretty soon, and I have some builds that you would maybe like. But here are the stats: 70 Dexterity, 20 Strength to wield a great bow, and then the rest is allocated between Endurance, Mind, and Health. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment and reveal yourself, the duelist from the beginning, and I will find you, and I will challenge you to a duel. So I love you. Be good to yourselves and enjoy whatever you're going to do after you're done watching this video. So that is the consecrated snowfield episode special where most of the invasions we have are in the consecrated